So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring over this checklist here. So this is the checklist that I use when I set up anybody's QBO file for the first time. You set up the sales tax and the meals rate, and then you do these under the advanced settings. I'm going to show all of this in this video, but down below there's a jump to list. So feel free just to jump to the things that you want to know how to do. So first of all, it says set up the GST HST. So we're going to go to taxes, sales tax, set up sales tax, and my case studies in Ontario, save. And we're just going to say it's quarterly for now. We can change that at any time. You don't have to put a GST number in, but the case study has one down here. So I'm just going to highlight that. That's the case study's business number, like this. Next. And that's it. That's really kind of all you have to do. It's pretty easy. There's the HST setup. Now, you can only claim 50% of the meals expense when it comes to tax time, but what happens is you put in all of the meals expense, and when you prepare the taxes, that's when you take the total and divide it by 2, because it's for tax purposes that you're dividing by 2, but it's still sort of an expense of the business. But in the same sort of way, you can only claim half of the HST on the meals, and to have QuickBooks track that for you makes things much, much easier. So let's go ahead, manage sales tax, and we're going to go to add custom rate. So what we're going to do first is this is going to be the half of the HST that you can claim. So we're going to call this half meals claimable, like this. And we're going to say I paid on purchases. So what's 13 divided by 2? It is 6.5, like that. And the GST HST collected is actually a liability account, so we're going to put it towards the liability account because this is the claimable half. And we're going to add it just to the input tax credits line, just at 6.5%, not at 13%. That's what makes it different. But you can't just use this. We've got to create, like it's going to be, you'll see, because we can't, if you take 113 and you back out 6.5, you're not going to get 100, right? This is only half of the work here. So we're going to claim half of the ITC. We're going to click add. We're going to add another custom rate. And this time it's going to be the half meals non-claimable. And we pay it on the purchases, and it's also 6.5%. So it's the other bit of that 13. And we're going to say non-tracking. If you say expense, it's going to put it to an expense account called HST expense, which is meaningless. Like, you know, what's going in there what's HST expense? Like, is it related to the meals expense? Is it related to what else are you not claiming? So I like to say non-tracking. When you say non-tracking, it's going to take the 6.5 that's not claimable, and it's going to put it back to whatever you're putting it on. So for example, if you're using this for meals, it's going to put 6.5% of that sales tax back into the meals expense GL account. So that's what non-tracking is. Perfect. We're going to hit add. We're not done yet. Now we're going to add a new tax, and it's going to be combining these two into a group. So this is going to be meals HST, like that. And the first tax rate is going to be the claimable part, and the next part is going to be the non-claimable part. And it's going to be claimable on the net amount. So the $100, if it's $100, if you did it like this, because some taxes are like this, it would do it on the $106.50, but we're going to do it just based on the 100. We're going to go add, and we're almost done. We're almost done because right now in the drop down of an expense, you will have meals HST as an option, half meals, HST exempt and 0 rated, but we only want to show the meals. So in order to hide these two, we can actually make these inactive. So now they're not listed and only this main one is going to be listed. So now we are done. We've added that, and let's go see what it looks like in action. So we're going to go expense. And I'm just going to say 100 here with the HST meals right there. You can see when we drop down, we don't have those other two non-claimable ones because I made them inactive. If I didn't make them inactive, they'd just show. And even though it says GST 650, 650 both times, if I go ahead, oh, I have to put meals here, sorry. Meals, there we go. And then HST again. And if I hit save right now I can go to more transaction journal. So what is QuickBooks actually doing in the background with this? And what you can see happening is that the bank or whatever bank we hit is the 113. Meals is 100. GST credits is 650, and it takes the other 650 and puts it in the same bucket. So it's only claiming half of the HST. And if we go back to taxes and we sort of look at the summary, let's just say all dates for now. You can see here's that 650 that's being claimed in the input tax credits. So in the list, you'll see only half of it's being claimed on the 100 like that. So that is a useful way to only claim half of the HST and track it, and no more work or adjustments have to be done on the meals HST ever again. We're done. So moving down the checklist, there's some settings in QBO that I change every time I set up a new QBO account. QBO defaults to day, month, year. I am more comfortable seeing things in month, day, year. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. I also find that letting me know when I put a bill number in twice, I find very helpful. And I find very unhelpful automatically apply the credits and the bill payments, because I want them applied the way I want them to. A lot of times when I'm helping new QBO users, like, I don't understand why this is entered this way. I never did it. It's spooky. It's spooky because QuickBooks automatically does things, and we don't want them to automatically do that. We want to have control over that. So let's go ahead and show you where that is in the advanced settings. It's up here. We're going to go to Accounts and Settings. We're going to go down to Advanced, and this is where we're going to, first of all, change to month, day, year, and we're going to add warn me if there's a duplicate bill number, and I'm going to hit save. And then the other thing I change is up here, the automatic stuff. Don't automatically apply credits, don't automatically apply bill payments, save. So now we're getting rid of some of that spooky stuff that QuickBooks does without our permission. And that's quick and easy, but honestly saves so much time and energy. Now we're going to move on to the last two things here, which is importing the general ledger accounts and importing the vendor names. You don't have to import the vendor names. You can add them on the fly. This just makes a little less typing work for you. And then also, same with GL accounts. QuickBooks does have a standard set of GL accounts. I'm not going to delete the ones right now that we're not going to use, but I do have some GL accounts that I do like to have in the case study. So let's go ahead and first of all, let's import the GL accounts. In the documents provided, there is one called lists, like this. And here is the GL accounts and the vendor list. So let's go to the chart of accounts is where you're going to want to go. So in this case, it's under transactions, down chart of accounts. And drop this down is where we can say import. So I'm going to quickly browse and bring that one in. Okay, and then we're going to go next. So detail type, account, I'm not using account numbers for the case study, type, tax, and balance. Excellent. We're going to go next. And these are the ones that we're importing. And we're going to go to import. So it couldn't import these ones, which is fine because these ones exist already in QuickBooks, so we don't need to have them in again. So we're going to unclick those and say import, and it'll just be done. And so that's one way to get in the GL accounts for the case study. Next one is optional, just you don't have to keep adding new vendors each time. They're going to be already there. So if we just put them all in at once. So we're going to go to expenses, suppliers, and we're going to say import suppliers, and we're going to browse and get this. There it is. We're going to say next. And I'm just putting in the name, not adding anything else, just to make it quicker to do the case study. Next, import, and we're done. So that was quick and easy. So the next thing that I'm going to show is how to upload that bank feed. So in the case study, we don't have like an actual real life bank to connect to, but you can still import bank transactions. This is very helpful if you're, say, doing arrears bookkeeping, or because connecting to a bank usually only brings in bank transactions back 90 days. It's also helpful if your bank specifically can't connect and you just want to like download the transactions manually and upload them to QuickBooks. Do you need a bank feed to do bookkeeping on QBO? No, you do not. And all of my case studies start with doing 1 month of simple transactions without the bank feed to show how it actually works without a bank feed, because it helps you understand how QuickBooks works. But the bank feed makes things quicker. It is useful, even though it can be a bit dangerous at times. So to upload the bank feed, we're going to go to bank transactions right here. It's also up here. Right now, because there's nothing connected, this is why it's giving me these options. I'm going, because I don't have a real bank account to connect to right now, I'm going to upload the transactions. And you're going to be able to find that in bank feeds right here. So these are the bank feeds that we want to upload. I'm going to bring over, this is the Canada bank feed, continue. And so I have to say this is Canada Bank. Like that, which we just uploaded these GL accounts. That's why it exists already. So we're going to go continue and done. So now here we have all of those bank feed transactions just uploaded. And you're going to have a tile, not for each GL account that's a bank or credit card. You only have a tile for each one that's connected or uploaded. So let's upload another one. Linking will take me to how to connect to an actual live bank. Because this is a sample case study, we have the fake one, so we're going to upload from file. I'm going to bring over the savings account like this, continue, and this is Canada Bank Savings, continue, and done. So now you can see lots of new QBO stuff talking, wow, it really wants to help, doesn't it? There it is. So now you have 2 tiles now, because we've uploaded the transactions for 2 different accounts. And we can do one more. We're going to do the MasterCard upload from file, or I call it the M card. So there's the M card feed. Continue. And this is for Triangle MC. Continue. And done. So we've now uploaded the transactions for these 3 GL accounts, and the sample company is now set up and ready to use in the case study.